Welcome to Marketing Buzz with Daniel Coburn, where we spotlight exceptional leaders and businesses making positive impact in their community. In just 5 minutes, we'll explore some fun facts about our guests and their companies. Today, I'm pleased to have somebody local to me here, Earl Foote with Nexus IT. Nexus IT offers managed IT and cybersecurity services in Utah. I've personally seen so many small companies that they forget that this is something that they need to have. They only remember that they need it whenever they are truly needing it. And so everybody should definitely take a listen to Earl and talk to him and his company, because you'll find out sooner or later you're going to need to talk to him. So thank you so much, Earl, for joining us today.
Thanks for the invite, Daniel. I really appreciate it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So if you can, just tell us briefly about you and how you got into this industry in this field.
Yeah, very good. I started the business actually at the age of 23, 26 years ago. At the time I was studying and working as a civil engineer, but I was a tinkerer, as a technologist, tinkering around, and kind of my brother and I fell into an opportunity to open an e-commerce website selling tech gear, and that didn't really work out so well. It was the late 90s. I'm talking 98, and we didn't know how to really drive traffic to that website, nor have a budget to do that. But that effort on our side led quickly to a lot of friends and family and businesses, small businesses, here in Utah, beginning to ask us to consult with them on their technology, to help them build networks, to make transitions. So we did a lot of initial digital transformations for companies, going off of paper and going to client server environments. And then we also would, sell them contracts to provide them with ongoing IT services. That over, the last 26 years has morphed really into the managed IT service and managed cybersecurity service model, where, on a fractional basis, we provide those services right now to upper SMB and lower mid-market companies, predominantly in regulated industry. Most of our clients are in healthcare, finance, professional services, and other regulated industries. And most of those, our clients are somewhere in the range of about 50 to 500 employees. We do have some larger clients with 2,000, 2,500 employees or more, and then we have some smaller clients still as well. But the majority of our clients are kind of in that 50 to 500 user sort of category.
All right, that actually kind of answered our second question, but from my intro, talking about the fact that people don't know they need it until they need it, and it's usually like somebody's critical system, they didn't have it backed up, and they're like, oh crap, how do I do it? So, but what would you say, like, who's your ideal customer? And I get that there's going to be the people that do it before they have problems, but then there's the people that are catastrophically screwed because they forgot to do it. But who would you say your ideal customers are going to be?
Yeah, very good. Well, again, that ideal customer is, regulated industry, healthcare, finance, other regulated industries, in that upper SMB to lower mid-market sort of category. That is the ideal customer for us. And you're right, there, Daniel, in that technology and securing technology and data, unfortunately, oftentimes for non-technological business leaders, is an afterthought. It isn't something that a lot of people put a lot of strategic thought into, or they don't think a lot about the risk. And sadly, which I think is kind of the greatest sort of area where they miss the mark, is they don't think about the competitive advantage. They don't think about the opportunity that there is in having good technological practices and in securing your data and being compliant with compliance regulations. So it's quite common that ideal customer comes to us in the moment of emergency. It's common, that they have servers or computers down. Potentially they've had a ransomware attack or they've been hacked, and they have, systems that are down because of that. Sometimes it happens, when they've had another provider or an internal IT leader who has left abruptly, and suddenly they find themselves without the keys to their kingdom. They don't know how to manage or run their own technology. And right now in this type of market, really ever since COVID, outsourcing has become far more common. And so you see a lot of companies really leaning into focusing on their core and not trying to build practices in their business that are not their core business. And so a lot of clients that have come to us over the last 4 or 5 years, they've had some measure of IT and or cyber team within their organization, but they've never really managed it super well, and they decide to go with a turnkey provider, that has 26 years of built-in practices and turnkey capabilities and tech stacks and cyber stacks and all that kind of stuff. So those are kind of the common reasons they come to reach out to us and become clients.
Right, and so that actually kind of answered my last question about how do you work with the people and everything. So, and time's short, but that being said, this is a topic that so many small to medium businesses, like especially founders, if you don't have somebody like Earl and Nexus IT helping you, how do they get a hold of you? How do they find you? And how do they, what is the way that they're going to start with you?
Yeah, I jumped the gun on your questions, Daniel. Sorry about that, but so you can always find us on our website at nexusitc.net. That's nexusitc.net. We are very active on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, so you can look up Nexus IT or myself there as well. Of course, you can always call us. Our website has, toll-free national numbers because we do have a fair amount of clients across the nation. There's phone numbers there, but locally here in Salt Lake, 801-839-7006 is the number to call us at.
That's great. Yeah, everybody, like I said, if you don't have somebody, you need somebody, and you'll thank all of us in the future when something does happen. So I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And again, I encourage everybody to reach out to Earl, and we will talk to you guys next time. Thanks again, Earl, for joining us.